It was a dark night, and the station was quiet. As I got out of my car, I noticed a strange man standing there, looking at me with a terrifying gaze. He was wearing peculiar clothes, and his face was pale, with eyes full of mystery and fear. I felt a great astonishment and concern when I realized that he didn't move or show any reaction. He stood there like a scary statue. I tried to ignore it and continue on my way, but I couldn't ignore the feeling of unease that engulfed me. I decided to approach the man to see if he needed any help. As I got closer, I felt the air turning extremely cold, and the atmosphere around us became filled with tension and dread. I decided to ask him if he was okay or if he needed assistance. However, he didn't respond to my question and seemed unable to move or speak. There was a terrifying silence that filled the place around this mysterious man. I felt panic and fear, unsure of how to proceed. Quickly, I decided to notify the police about what I had witnessed and what had happened to the man. I used my mobile phone to call the police and describe the situation and the person I saw at the gas station. They asked me to stay in a safe place until they arrived. After a short while, a police car arrived at the scene. The officers assessed the situation and approached the mysterious man cautiously. They tried to communicate with him, but he remained unresponsive and motionless. Concerned for everyone's safety, the police decided to call for additional assistance. An ambulance arrived shortly after, accompanied by medical personnel. They carefully examined the man, checking for any signs of injury or illness. As the medical team conducted their assessment, I provided the police with a detailed account of what I had witnessed and any relevant information that could help identify the man or understand the situation. After what felt like a long time, the medical professionals determined that the man was in a state of catatonia, a condition characterized by a lack of responsiveness and abnormal motor behavior. It seemed that he was experiencing a severe psychological episode. The police arranged for the man to be transported to a nearby psychiatric facility where he could receive the appropriate care and evaluation. They thanked me for reporting the incident and assured me that they would continue their investigation to uncover any underlying factors contributing to the man's condition. Feeling a mix of relief and curiosity, I left the gas station and continued with my night. The encounter with the mysterious man had left a lasting impression on me, reminding me of the fragility of the human mind and the importance of compassion and prompt action in times of uncertainty. I remembered a strange and terrifying incident when I used to work at a gas station during the night shift. It was a dark and quiet night, and I was working alone. The gas station was located in a remote area far from the main road, and there were hardly any customers. In the middle of the night, a mysterious man entered the station. He was wearing clothes covered in blood, and his face was scary due to visible wounds. It was a shocking moment, and I felt a shiver running down my spine. I tried to remain calm and asked if he needed any help. As I approached him, I could sense his tension, and his frightening appearance raised many questions and doubts within me. There was no one else at the station to help, and I had to act cautiously. I offered him a piece of paper and a pen to write down his notes or let me know what had happened. The man began writing with his blood-stained hands, struggling and stumbling in his movements. His actions were unclear and difficult to decipher. After a moment of writing, he handed me the paper and started to leave in the same mysterious manner in which he arrived. When I read what he had written, I felt a great shock. The words were incomprehensible and confusing, as if he was writing randomly without any clear context. There was no meaning that I could infer from the message. While I was trying to understand what had happened, I heard a car approaching the gas station. It was evident that I wouldn't be able to solve this mystery on my own, and I needed to take immediate action. I informed the police about the incident, providing them with the details I witnessed and the paper the man wrote on. Within a few minutes, police cars arrived at the station, and they met with me to hear my testimony. I described the incident and handed them the paper the man wrote. After that, the police began investigating the matter and asked me to stay at the station until the procedures were completed. After a few hours, the police officer returned and informed me that they were able to identify the man and reach him. It turned out that he was a victim of a heinous act of violence and had suffered serious injuries. He was immediately taken to the hospital for treatment and necessary care. When I learned about the fate of the man, I felt relief and sympathy for him. I also felt proud of my ability to act quickly and make the right decision in those challenging moments. This incident reminded me of the importance of bravery and human assistance in standing by others in times of adversity. The driver got out to fill up the car's tank. Suddenly, a girl jumped out of the car, screaming for help, trying to escape. However, the man forcefully grabbed her and forced her back into the car. But I decided to intervene to save the girl. When I attempted to approach the car, the man asked me to stay away and tried to attack me. Ignoring his warning, I continued to approach with determination. I made it clear that I wouldn't back down and that I was determined to help the girl. I didn't have time to think about the possible consequences. I had to act quickly. As the man prepared to attack me, I used my physical skills to defend myself. I fought back with strength and managed to keep him away from me. Then, I rushed towards the car where the girl was being held captive. Once I reached the car, I quickly opened the door and safely pulled the girl out. She was trembling and terrified, but I tried to calm her down and reassure her that she was safe now. With no time to thoroughly assess the situation, as the man was approaching us with anger, I instructed the girl to seek a safe place and assured her that I would handle the situation. I took a quick glance at the gas station and saw the station attendant and waved for their attention. The station attendant noticed the commotion and approached us. I explained the situation to them, and they immediately called the police for assistance. While waiting for the police to arrive, I tried to keep the girl calm and comforted her as much as I could. Soon enough, the police arrived at the scene. They swiftly took control of the situation, apprehending the man and ensuring our safety. They took our statements and recorded all the necessary information. I expressed my gratitude to the officers for their quick response and support in protecting us. They guided us on how to file an official complaint and advised us to take necessary precautions for our safety. After this intense incident, I felt relieved knowing that the girl and I were safe. However, the event left a profound impact on me, emphasizing the importance of bravery in taking the right actions in the face of difficult situations.